Hi, writers. Today's question comes from Maristella, who wants to know, how can I portray my nice guy love interest as realistically flawed? So the nice guy slash girl trope is a really popular one. We see it in a lot of stories. We actually have an entry for this in our type and trope thesaurus at the blog, which you can find in the resource tab at Writers Helping Writers. The nice guy or girl is defined as being a decent, kind, morally upright character who tends to make good choices, the right choices. And that makes this question really interesting because this character, by definition, is good, but everybody has flaws. So even nice characters need weaknesses. I would say the best way to make this kind of character realistically flawed, while still maintaining their defining goodness, is to be careful which negative traits you give them. So first, you want to pick the ones that are forgivable. Not all flaws are viewed as equal. Some of them are more accepted than others. They're easier for readers to overlook or write off. If your nice guy is uncooperative or cruel or violent, those are strong flaws. They're going to override the good qualities to the point that readers will no longer see the character as good. So instead, you want to consider weaknesses that are less extreme and more acceptable, something like cocky, forgetful, or mischievous. Then, once you have picked a major flaw for the character, show readers how it makes them vulnerable. This is the primary driver for reader empathy. When you can show that a character is vulnerable, readers soften towards them and they want them to do well. When it's that flaw that's putting them at risk, then readers tend to focus their antagonism more on the flaw and less on the character. Lastly, it's crucial to show the why. Give a plausible and heart-tugging reason for the character being gullible or timid or reckless, something that's outside of their control that has made them the way that they are. Readers will overlook even a really unpopular trait if they see that it's the result of a character being hurt or wounded in some way. One of my favorite examples of this is Melvin Udall from the movie As Good as It Gets. He's not a nice guy at all. He's actually a total jerk, abrasive, prejudiced, selfish. You just dislike him on sight. But then you see that his behavior is the result of an untreated mental health condition. And it has left him completely isolated and alone. And he's actually craving connection, but is unable to get it. Suddenly you're rooting for him. You want him to be and do better. So showing the why, it also ensures that the negative trait you've chosen makes sense for the character. It wasn't just picked randomly off a list and written into the story, because that's not how traits form. It developed like real flaws do from past experiences, wounding events, influencers. So make sure you know where the flaw came from and be sure to show that to readers. And that's my advice for assigning flaws to nice guys and girls. I hope you found this mini Q&A helpful. And if you have questions of your own, please submit them because we would love to answer them. Happy writing.